Hey guys, it's Ashley and welcome back to my channel. So today I am bringing you guys the mid-year freak out book tag. And the reason I wanted to do this is, yes, it's the middle of the year and it makes you think about your reading, what you've done so far, what's to come. And the real reason I wanted to do this is because I have been slacking so bad on my reading this year. I was so pumped to get through so many books at the beginning of the year, and then I did that readathon, the superhero-a-thon, and it put me in such a reading slump that I cannot pick up a book. So I'm trying to get some inspiration going. I've started a few books and I'm trying to get through them, and so I decided to do this mid-year freak out book tag just to let you guys know where my reading has been this year. And yeah, I love watching book tag videos, and so I love doing them also. So I decided to do this one for you guys. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started and see how my year's going. Okay, so number one is, what is the best book that you have read in the year 2018 so far? And for me, that is Big Bone by Meg Cabot. So this is the third book in the Heather Wells series. I've kind of raved about this book series already. I absolutely love this series. It's basically like a cozy mystery. So Heather Wells is like this pop star or ex-pop star who gets dropped by her label, and she gets dumped by her boyfriend whose father owns the label, and she becomes a like desk assistant or like resident assistant at a college, and people keep dying. But it's kind of like quirky, so that's why I call it a cozy mystery. I actually got that term from, oh geez, what's her name? The page Courtagonist. I'll link her channel down below, Courtagonist. She kind of told me what cozy mysteries are. But I absolutely love this book series. This one is so good, Big Bone. This is actually the third book in the series, and it's a great series. It's really fun to read. You know, I know there's murder in it, but it's actually a fun story to read. So definitely check out the Heather Wells series. It's so good. Okay, number two is the best sequel that you have read so far in the year 2018. And for me, that is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I absolutely love this book. This one I have actually read multiple times, so it was great rereading it. And I really do love this one because, you know, you still get kind of like the not childishness, but like they're still younger in this story, and it's not as dark as the other stories get. So I really did enjoy this one. You know, it's a great sequel. I'm still trying to make my way through the Harry Potter series, but this one is super, super good, and I can't wait to get through all of them. I'm trying to tell myself to read all the books before I watch the movies again, so I'm trying to get through the books right now. But yeah, this one is super, super good, so yeah. Alright, number three is a new release that you want to read but you haven't gotten to yet, and for me, that is The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. I haven't even picked the book up yet. I tried to find it and I haven't been able to find it yet, but as soon as I do, I really want to pick it up. It sounds so good. A lot of people have compared it to, like, they've said like it's compared to Hocus Pocus and something else they said it's like a mix of, but it just sounds super good. And once I heard so many people raving about it, I've been dying to read it, so I really want to pick that one up soon. So hopefully I'll have a review up for that one soon as I get it, so yeah. Okay, number four is the most anticipated book for the second half of the year, or most anticipated release of the second half of the year. And for me, I don't really have one, and the reason being is a lot of books that I see that are coming out are like sequels to book series that I haven't started yet. So I'm a little behind on my new releases. So I need to get caught up before I can actually say there's one that I want to read yet, because again, it's a lot of sequels and I haven't started the series yet. So I need to get on my reading so I can be, you know, a little happy about the books that are coming out. So yeah. Alright, number five is the biggest disappointment, and for me that is going to be Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. So the first book I read by Rainbow Rowell was Fangirl, and I absolutely love that book. I read it in one sitting. I related so much to the main character, and I just absolutely love that book. And so I've heard so many good things about Rainbow Rowell's other books, and so I picked up Eleanor and Park. I actually read this one during that readathon, and it just was not what I was expecting. It was a little more depressing than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit of a happier story, and it wasn't quite. It really did kind of bring me down a little bit. I mean, it was a good story. It was a good book, but it just didn't give me the effect that I thought it was going to be. In my head, I thought this was going to be a happier book, and it wasn't. it was a good story to tell. It kind of cuts deep a little bit, and I just wasn't expecting that. I was kind of hoping for a happier read. So that's my biggest disappointment. Again, it's not a bad book. It just wasn't my favorite, to be honest. Okay, number 6 was the biggest surprise that you've read, and for me that is A Wrinkle in Time. I don't actually have the physical book. I listened to the audiobook of this one, and the reason I say this is my biggest surprise is because this book was weird. I've heard so many good things about it, or before I had read it, and you know, it's just one of those like critically acclaimed books that everybody says that you need to read, and for me everything just happened so fast, and it was just a weird story. It was very whimsical, I guess you could say, especially for the time period when the book was written. But for me, it was weird. And then I saw the movie, because the movie was released this year, and it was weird. but weird in a good way, because I feel like the movie matched the book very well. It wasn't what I was expecting. Again, I don't know. I don't want to say it was a bad book at all. It was weird. It just was not what I was expecting. All right, number 7 is your new favorite author, and for me that is Sophie Kinsella. She writes contemporary novels, and they are so good. She's the author of Confessions of a Shopaholic. So the books that I've read of hers so far are I've Got Your Number and Can You Keep a Secret, and they are so good. I actually listened to I've Got Your Number on audiobook, and it was so amazing. But she's such a good author. Her books are really funny. So it's like a cute, funny, contemporary book. It's just kind of a lighthearted book. So if you want a lighthearted book to read, definitely check out Sophie Kinsella. She has a million books that you can choose from. And yeah, she is my absolute new favorite author. I love her books. All right, number 8 is your newest fictional crush. I don't think I have one. I don't think I've read a book so far that I've just been like, oh, I love this character. Oh, I just want... oh, like he's so amazing. Like I don't have that. I mean, like old ones I could say are probably Jace Whalen and Edward Cullen and, you know, people like that. But I don't think I've read a book so far where I've gotten that feeling from a character. So yeah, I don't know if I have one. Maybe later on in the year I'll have one. We'll see. All right, number 9 is your new favorite character. Now this one I do have, and that is Poppy Wyatt from I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella. She is so adorable to me. She's so cute. I don't know, she just seems so happy and bubbly all the time, and like the way she like freaks out. So like in I've Got Your Number, she loses her engagement ring, and it's just like the antics that she goes through to get it back. It's just hilarious. She seems so funny to me, and so like Poppy, I guess. I don't know. I love that her name is Poppy. She's just a funny character, and I loved her, so yeah. Alright, number 10 is the book that made you cry, and I don't think any of the books that I've read this year so far have made me cry. I mean, Eleanor Park kind of got me a little emotional, but I didn't cry. I kind of cheated on this one, and I do have an answer, but it's actually a movie. So I recently saw Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom, and there is a part in this movie where I am literally bawling my eyes out. Like, I could not control it. It's it's a sad part in the movie, and I was uncontrollably crying and like grabbing my boyfriend's arm because I was so upset. Like, I'm a little embarrassed now to say it, but I was crying so hard. Like, I could not control it. Like, I don't know, maybe I have a sensitivity for dinosaurs, but I was bawling. Alright, number 11 is books that made you happy, and for me, that is going to be I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella. I know I keep talking about it, but I absolutely loved this book. I'm so glad that I listened to it on audiobook. Sophie Kinsella books are so good on audiobook. You like whoever narrates them is so good. They like really get all the humor and everything, and I've Got Your Number was so funny to me. I listen to audiobooks in my car while I'm driving, and I swear people probably look at me like, why is this girl laughing and nobody else is in the car with her? But it's because I'm listening to Sophie Kinsella audiobooks, sorry, and I've Got Your Number was just so good. Such a great read, such a light read, and yeah, definitely check it out. Alright, number 12 is your favorite book to movie adaptation for this year, and I think the only one that I've actually seen is A Wrinkle in Time. Again, it was a weird story to me, but I do think that the movie picked up the whimsicalness and the weirdness of the book, so I will say it was still a good movie. a little weird. It really was a little weird to me, but I think it captured the book pretty well. So I'll say A Wrinkle in Time. Number 13 is your favorite review or video that you have made so far this year. And I actually have two. Number one is probably my Black Panther movie review that I did with my boyfriend. It was just really fun. We saw the movie twice in one weekend and got to talk about it, and that movie is just amazing. So I will link that video down below. And the other one is probably my superhero-a-thon wrap-up video, just because I tried so hard to do so well in that readathon, and I just bombed it. And I just had to be honest with you guys. So I was honest in my wrap up, and I told you guys what I actually did read and what I didn't get to, and yeah, so I will link that one down below too. I just, you know, I had to be honest. I sucked at that readathon, so I had to let you guys know. So yeah. All right, 14 is the most beautiful book that you have bought or received, and that is going to be Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I picked this up. I bought this book specifically for that readathon, and I didn't get to it. But I just think this cover is beautiful and amazing. I've heard so many good things about this book too, so I plan on getting to it this year. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but yeah, I definitely chose this one because of the cover. And I heard good reviews too, but also because of the cover. I'm really bad at buying books just because of the cover, so I need to work on that, but I also heard this one's good, so, you know, it works both ways. Alright, and number 15, the last question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? I've got a list. Okay. Well, one, I need to finish the Harry Potter series because it's been on my list for years, and I just need to finish those books. I really do. I really do. And then I have a few more. So, of course, like I just mentioned, Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I really want to get to this book. I've heard it's super good, and they've already announced the sequel to this book is coming out. I think it's coming out next year. So, yeah, I need to get to this one and read this one. And I love Marissa Meyer. I read the Cinder series, the Lunar Chronicles. I read that book series. I love that series, so I'm sure I will love this one. So I need to get to this one. And then also Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Again, I think the 4th book just came out of this one, and I haven't read this series yet. I started this one, but I only got like a couple of pages in. I tried listening to the audiobook, and I was at the gym, and I couldn't hear anything, and I just got frustrated, so I gave up on it, and I just haven't picked it up since. So yes, Red Rising by Pierce Brown. And then Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. Again, I said I love Fangirl, and this is the fan fiction that Kath is actually writing in the book. And Rainbow Rowell actually made it into an actual book. I know this has been out for a while, and I just need to read it. I think I've read like the first chapter of this book, and I just haven't finished it. So I'm really good at picking up a book and just not finishing it, so I need to do that. I need to work on that. And then the last thing is the Shadow and Bone series by Leigh Bardugo. You guys, I literally hauled this in my very first YouTube video 3 years ago, and I have the whole series, the whole trilogy, and I have not picked these books up, so I need to read these, because I also want to read, is it Six of Crows? I think it's Six of Crows is her duology, and I really want to read those too, but I told myself I was going to read this series first, so I need to read this one too, so pray for me. Alright guys, so that is my mid-year freak out book tag. Yeah, I need to get to reading, clearly. I have read some good ones so far, I just need to pick it up and get it going. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are interested in doing this tag, I would love to see them, so let me know down below if you guys go ahead and do this tag. I don't usually tag other people just because I just feel like anybody should do the tag if they want to. So if you guys are interested in doing this, go ahead and do it. Link it down below so I can go watch it. I love to see everybody else's tags. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe down below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!